Adam stepped off his bike into the lair and pulled his helmet off. His visage expressed his acute frustration. The sheer frustration finally broke through to a grimace, and he threw his helmet across the room into a couch. "You're worried about Kathy?" Adam looked up, surprised to see Night Shadow step from the darkness. He visibly calmed and nodded. Night Shadow looked grim, and his eyes wandered to the ground and thought. "Are there any other leads?" He asked as he looked up. "None. Maybe. I don't know. It's so hard to think nowadays. That suit was like a second brain sometimes with his processing power. I had trouble with calculus before, but with it, it was like I was a dozen steps ahead of everyone. Everything else. But it's gone now, and it's not coming back. And Ulfric is dead, so there'll be no more. So, what do we do now?" Night Shadow prompted. He stopped. "Wait a minute." He marched away, and then came back with the letter. He ripped open the envelope, and pulled out the letter and opened it up. The only thing it contained was an address. He went to the computer and typed it in. It brought up an alleyway. "Why would he send us this?" Night Shadow asked aloud, equally as confused. Adam got up and plopped down on the couch and placed his head in his hands. He let out a long sigh toward the ground, and then looked up, with a strange look on his face, as if thinking hard. "We need to look deeper." Night Shadow let a hint of a smile show in his face. "If Mako won't talk," Night Shadow prompted, "then maybe his place will," Adam finished. Adam suddenly grabbed his helmet and leapt up. He looked over at the frozen image of Kathy on the monitor. His lips pressed with determination. He slid his helmet on and looked at Night Shadow, who was gone. Adam smiled, then revved the bike and roared out of the lair. Blue leapt from one building to another, and soon landed on the top of the old library. He slid in the roof door and made his way down the stairs to an elevator. Prying a door open, he attached a zip-line release to the cable and promptly slid down into the dark. Upon hitting the bottom, it was still cold. He made his way to the cold room. Stepping into it brought chills to his spine. It wasn't nearly as cold as it was last time, but visiting a place where you almost died, where your friend also started almost dying. Blue made his way to the table. The books had been taken for processing, but nothing else much was found. He pulled at the table, but it wouldn't budge. He looked under it and saw it was bolted to the wall. He moved the chair and saw it was normal. But the bolts. He pressed on them each at a time. The third one clicked in. The wall creaked and shifted, then pulled back. Blue stepped back and saw the gaping maw of a doorway open up. The lights clicked on automatically with the motion, and exposed the real office of madness. Blue stepped in slowly, peering about. He tapped his earpiece. "Night Shadow, Marco had a secret lab." "I figured he would. You can't do these things without a paper trail if they are public." "It's here." "What?" "I'm in it now," Blue said as he looked at the graphs, papers, books, computer terminals, vials, and canisters. Then he saw the wall. He walked over to it. Red strings connected various individuals. The prominent ones were the mayor, his son Richie, and in the corner, Kathy, with a question mark next to her head. A file number marked her photo. Blue marched over to the computer. The screen came up. "No password?" "It's a hidden lab. That's better than a password." Adam clicked the file labeled The Plan. But some of these files are, and encrypted. "Bring a copy back to the lair. I'll see what I can do." Then he saw it. The file labeled Kathy. He opened it. "He's been watching her." "For how long?" "Not long. And it looks like he kept losing her before she got to the lair." Night Shadow audibly let out a sigh of relief. "Remind me to encourage her to keep up the good work, making sure she isn't being followed when she thaws out." Blue looked at the rest of the file. Where does she go? He breathed aloud as he read. But he's suspected. Knight picked up the words. Yes, Blue answered. He inserted a portable drive and copied the contents over. Blue looked about and scanned the various papers and resources around him. There's data here, but not what we need. Just basics. Notes, reminders, nothing serious. Nothing about the formula. Blue kicked a nearby desk in frustration. Stacks of papers and some books fell. So, this isn't the true lab, Knight stated. Blue breathed in the musty, thawed air for a moment before he noticed the papers. One of them was signed Ulfric. Blue mumbled. What? Knight said. Ulfric. Blue stepped forward and picked up the paper. It's just notes and minor data advice, but it's signed from the Mad Doctor himself. But he's dead. He is. But maybe he has another lab. Another? We've only found 3 so far. Why not? Maybe there's a clue there to the lab's location. Blue scrambled about, looking for anything with any reference to Ulfric on it. Come on. Then he saw the address. In his mind. I found it. Are you sure? Knight prompted. It's the only address without a name on it, Blue said as he marched out the door. Tell the police to scan this place top to bottom for anything. I'm going to the address. Send it to me in the comm. Wait, it's here? The letter. Exactly. Marco hinted that he wasn't exactly doing things according to Mayhem's playbook. It looks like Mayhem took out some insurance on him. Us. The cycle blasted down the road with the old library in the background.